888-866-0041. This is Morgantown AM on 1440 WAJR.
And once again, giving you an opportunity to talk to delegates and candidates for the West Virginia House of Delegates in the 44th District. Both candidates in this morning, Steve Cook and also Kevin Patrick. In talking about the time that it takes and you must dedicate to this job, and it seems as though it's more and more all the time with special sessions coming into play here. Kevin, talk about, again, your background of what you do. I know you work in data entry and your own business. The time it's going to take away from that to do this job.
As of now, I can schedule my own hours, which is really good. So that flexibility is sort of built into what I'm doing. If this election doesn't come out favorably for me, then I'll change my plans and probably have a firmer schedule. What I see as the time involved is I'm not necessarily afraid of a constitutional amendment to lengthen the session. Special sessions are expensive. They cost a lot of money per day to run. So if we could save that money by having a 75-day session, that might be worthwhile. Okay,
so you feel that you do have the time to dedicate to the job if elected?
I believe so, yes.
All right, thank you, Kevin Patrick. Steve Cook, I know you're a busy man, and tell us again the time it's going to take away from your job in order to do the job for us in Charleston.
Well, Kay, as you may know, the state constitution prohibits a state employee from serving in the legislature. So if I'm fortunate enough to be elected on November 2nd, I would be leaving my position with the university, and frankly, that would enable me to devote full time, if necessary, to functioning on behalf of the citizens of Monongalia County.
And you mentioned you were on the school board. Of course, you did pull out from that when you decided to run from this office, right?
Yes, that's correct. I'm no longer on the Board of Education.
We have a few minutes left to again, ask the listeners to phone in with the questions if they have any, but also give you the opportunity to convince those who have not made up their mind yet why they should vote for you to represent this 44th District in the House of Delegates. And Kevin Patrick, let's start with you. Why should we vote for you?
Well, I'm a constitutionalist, and I think that principles are important. I will make principle decisions all of the time. Even if you don't agree with those principles 100%, you'll be able to predict them, and you'll be able to know where I stand, and I'll have an open-door policy. I received an endorsement from West Virginia Citizens Defense League, which is the premier Second Amendment advocacy group in West Virginia, as well as a Gun Owners of America endorsement, who usually don't endorse state-level candidates at all. That was sort of a big deal and a compliment. I also received an A rating from the NRA. So I believe in individual rights. I believe in the Bill of Rights for all individuals, and I will protect the individual's interest in Charleston.
And how will your name appear on the ballot?
It will be Kevin Patrick Jr., and I believe I'm fourth on the ballot.
All right. Thank you very much. Steve Cook, why should you get our endorsement?
Well, I think citizens should consider voting for me because I can really hit the ground running in terms of being an effective advocate on behalf of Monongalia County. While I'm not an incumbent, I've served 13 years previously in the state legislature, both in the House of Delegates as well as the state Senate. I've served on virtually every committee in the House, every committee in the Senate. I know how the legislature operates. I think my 10 years of experience on the Board of Education here in Monongalia County is important information, important background. You know, we work very hard, and I say we because there are 5 members of the Board of Education. I'm just one, but advocated very aggressively for passing the bond issue that gave us the new University High School, Milan Park Elementary, Skyview Elementary, major additions to Mason-Dixon, Clay Battelle Middle High School, etc. I'm proud of the fact that the excess levy that we passed included a $1,000 across-the-board increase for both faculty as well as service personnel. And I think my experience on 10 years on the nonpartisan Board of Education was very valuable, too, in terms of working with diverse groups and people with different philosophies. I'd like to put that experience and knowledge to work for the people in Monongalia County. Kay, a line that I've used is if you think every house needs a good cook, I'm Steve Cook running for the House.
And how will your name appear on the ballot, Steve?
Stephen Cook.
All right. Thank you both for being here today.
Thank you very much.
Certainly
and to all the
appreciate
candidates that have been in this week.
Hopefully you've been listening, but all our shows have been and will be available online at WAJR.com in the podcast area, including today's show. Give me a little time to get it up on the website, and you'll be able to hear it in case you missed any part of today's show. And don't forget, coming up on Tuesday night, we will have live election coverage for you here on WAJR.
And don't forget tomorrow, Football Friday.
Yep, that's right. And Football Friday, it is the UConn edition. And Mountaineers play tomorrow night. Don't forget Mohawk. Well, we're trying to remind you of everything we can in the last minute. But the Mohawk Bowl is tonight, and then we'll go to the World Series. But Mohawk Bowl coverage begins tonight at 7:05. Morgantown AM, the talk of the town. That does it. Talk Line is next on WAJR.